Netanyahu should and must be arrested. Not only must there be a ceasefire now, but Congress should cut all aid to Israel. There is no possibility of looking at this a different way than as a terrible genocide and war crime. Tens of thousands of people have been killed because of Netanyahu. Hundreds of thousands of people have been injured because of Netanyahu. Every university in Gaza has been destroyed because of Netanyahu. The healthcare system has been destroyed because of Netanyahu. And we know that it's not just Netanyahu, it's the U.S. Congress and the Biden administration. This isn't an Israeli genocide, it's a U.S. and Israeli genocide. The blood is on the hands of Joe Biden, Benjamin Netanyahu, Mike Johnson, Chuck Schumer, Hakeem Jeffries, and Kamala Harris. And it's important for us to know that despite these people in Congress saying that they're the so-called representatives of this country, that they don't represent us or the majority of people in the United States. Time and time again, poll after poll has shown us that the majority of people in this country are demanding an immediate end to the genocide being perpetrated in Gaza. We've seen organizations of all types, from the UAW to the NAACP to the African Methodist Episcopal Church to hundreds and thousands of others who have demanded an end to the war and an end to weapon shipments to Israel. We are the majority. So we thank you again. My name is Eugene Puryear from the Answer Coalition. I want to also let you know that we are being watched in every corner of the globe today. So we love your enthusiasm, but remember, if you have a big flag, to keep it a little bit off to the side of the press riser, because these are the cameras that are taking us to the people of the world who are also demanding an immediate end to the genocide in Gaza, an end to the occupation of Palestine. Freedom for Palestine. So we say free Palestine, end all aid to Israel. End the occupation now. Free the political prisoners. And most important, we're letting him know, Benjamin Netanyahu, you are a war criminal. You are wanted. And if they won't arrest you, we're here to conduct a citizen's arrest on you for the crimes you have perpetrated. I'd like to bring to the stage now Rama Ali Kassad from the U.S. Palestinian Community Network.
Are we together. Today, they are here, attempting to wield their ruling class corrupt institutional power to try to silence us. They are here to try to normalize their corruption, to normalize their racist agenda, to grasp onto their losing narrative and try hard to wipe away their losses. We won't let it happen. Are we ready? Are we ready? However, we are here. We, the people of defiance, the people of consciousness, being guided by our kin, our comrades, and Gaza. And here we will remind the forces of empire that we will never back down. Brothers, sisters, comrades, and kins, we have sharpened the contradictions. Yes, there are two sides to this genocide. There are two sides. There is the side of the oppressor, and there is the side of the oppressed. The side of the oppressor are the ones who want to maintain a white supremacist, imperialist, capitalist structure. The side of the oppressed is the side that is resisting, that is fighting, that will continue struggling for freedom and liberation. The ruling class has chosen their side, but guess what? We have chosen ours. Free, free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! From the river to the sea! I can't hear you. From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! From the river to the sea! Palestine will be free! Palestine will be free! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! Biden, Biden, you can't hide! We charge you with genocide! Thank you. And our next speaker is from the American Muslims for Palestine, Aya Ziada.
Good morning, Washington, D.C. On this day, 102 years ago, the League of Nations assigned the mandate of Palestine to Britain with the 1918 Balfour Declaration. This would be the start of Israel's brutal occupation of Palestine, 102 years ago. Last week, the International Court of Justice declared the Israeli occupation of Gaza, the West Bank, and East Jerusalem illegal. It also unequivocally found that Israel is committing apartheid against Palestinians in the occupied Palestinian territories. This ruling is not just a validation for what we Palestinians have been screaming for decades. It is a clarion call to the world that the time for action has been overdue. For too long, Palestinians have endured unspeakable suffering under the shadow of occupation, settler colonialism, and apartheid. The ICJ's decision shines a light on the truth that has been obscured by political maneuvering and willful ignorance. Yet the true measure of justice will be seen not in the proclamation of law, but in its enforcement. Over and over, we've been forced to confront a damning reality. The United States has played a central role in enabling Israel's genocidal campaign in Gaza and its broader occupation of Palestine. Our tax dollars fund the bombs that rain down on Palestine regime that systematically oppresses and brutalizes an entire people, now recognized by international law. For Congress to allow a war criminal like Bibi to enter the halls of our legislative chambers, let alone our country, is nothing short of disgraceful. The occupation existed long before him, we all know that, but Netanyahu's hands are stained with the blood of thousands upon thousands of Palestinians. The 9-month-long genocide of Gaza, marked by relentless bombings and blockades, bears his signature. And yet our leaders, those who claim to stand for justice and democracy, have not only welcomed him, but have met with him, tactically endorsing his crimes. President Biden, who's set to meet with Netanyahu tomorrow, despite knowing the absolute truth for months, and every member of Congress who's facilitated this visit, not only stands complicit in these atrocities, but is single-handedly responsible for them. We must channel our outrage into action. It's not enough to condemn these actions with words. We must demand that our leaders uphold international law and human rights, no matter how tiring it may become for us. The occupation and apartheid must end, and the enforcement of the ICJ ruling is a critical step in this journey. We must pressure our government to cease its support for Israel's crimes, both politically and financially, and hold those responsible accountable, like Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. This is a moment of truth for all of us. Will we stand by as our country aids and abets genocide? Will we allow our leaders to betray the principles of justice and humanity? Or will we rise united and resolute to demand an end to this complicity? Louder! We must rally our communities, educate our peers, and hold our elected officials accountable on a daily basis. The world is watching, and history will judge us by our actions or our inaction. Let us honor the resilience and courage of the Palestinian people by refusing to be silent, no matter how long it takes. Let us demand justice, not just in words, but in our deeds. We owe it to the Palestinian people, we owe it to ourselves as American taxpayers, and to the future generations to fight for a world where justice prevails, and that begins by making it clear that we, as Americans, tax-paying citizens, do not welcome war criminals of any kind into our country or the halls of legislative chambers that our tax dollars provide for. Thank you, and free Palestine.
Hello to everyone. How are we feeling? The weather is not so beautiful, but it's a wonderful day to confront fascism and imperialism in all its forms. My name is Muhammad, and I'm with the Palestinian Youth Movement, DC, Maryland, and Virginia chapter, and it's my pleasure to be one of the MCs for today. Almost 10 months later, after all the barbarity, all the fascist cruelty, we are more united than ever and stronger than ever, and they are weaker than ever before. That's the truth. And we promised, as soon as Netanyahu announced his visit, that we will not allow him one moment's peace. And I am so proud to announce a couple of actions that have occurred so far. One, he and the Zionist delegation woke up in their meeting room at the Watergate. They woke up to maggots and bugs and mealworms. Like they deserve. And as we speak right now, 4 intersections around the Capitol have been blockaded by the people, for the people. And the people are only getting started. We are only getting started. And it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker today, Zaina Hutchinson, from the Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee.
Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
being a war criminal. The irony is that Cop City built these metal cages to keep us, the people, out to protect the guilty. But what they don't realize is that we are the ones here, free with the truth and calling for justice, and they are the cowards, captive literally and figuratively. They are the ones who will forever be imprisoned in the legacy of genocide. We see you! We see you! Liberation is inevitable and accountability is coming. We protest a genocidal maniac, his supporters and enablers, and demand his arrest. But we will not give them the attention they so crave. Because despite them, we are here to uplift and center the Palestinian people in Gaza, in Turkey, in Al-Khalil, in Jenin, in Nablus, in Ramallah, in Jaffa, in Haifa, in Bisan, in Bethlehem, in Rashrash, in Jericho, in Al-Quds, and all Palestinians and Palestinians in refugee camps and in exile. We protest a genocidal maniac, his supporters and his enablers, and demand his arrest. But we uplift the memory of Muhammad Har, whose last words were, "Bas ya habibi," while being mauled by an Israeli army dog and then left to bleed to death. And we uplift the memory of Hind Rajab, of Sidra Hassoune, and the tens of thousands of Palestinian children killed by the Zionist entity over decades. We protest a genocidal maniac, his supporters and his enablers, and call for his arrest. But we uplift Palestinian journalists, academics, healthcare workers, farmers, thinkers, athletes, artists, and all resistance to oppression, subjugation, and genocide. We uplift the memory of our Ghassan Kanafani, our Najin Ali, our Faiba Tuqan, our Shireen Abu Aqle, our Difat al-Arif. We protest a genocidal maniac, his supporters and his enablers, and demand his arrest. But we uplift the thousands of Palestinians in all of the Zionist dungeons and torture camps. Let's make sure they hear us when we say, we don't ask permission to end genocide. We demand it. We don't ask for permission to end apartheid. We demand it. We don't ask for permission to return to our homeland. We demand it. We don't ask for permission to free Palestine.
We demand it!
Because liberation is a right, not a gift. Together we will not be denied. We will not back down. We will not be defeated. We will not surrender. We will not submit. Let's stay focused. Let's remember that Palestine unites us. Lastly, look around you. Each and every one of you is part of a just and historic movement. And it's called a movement because it can't be stagnant. It has to continue. Take care of yourselves and each other, because togetherness and justice is more powerful than any other weapons. So while we are here powerfully together,
warm heartfelt welcome to our next speaker all the way from New York City, Rabbi Feldman.
In our thousands, in our millions, we are all Palestinians. I'm here with the contentions of the Rabbinic community, rabbis, scholars, and students in the New Jersey area. We are here, we are troubled and disturbed when war criminal Netanyahu stands up to address the Congress of the United States. He comes there supposedly representing all Jews and claiming that the Jewish religion supposedly condones his movement and the actions he carries out. He claims that the Jewish people are supposedly in invasion from their supposed enemies, the Palestinians, that supposedly want to drive us all into the seas. This is misleading propaganda in order to drive American politicians to blind support to what he calls this supposed self-defense. Zionism does not represent Judaism. For. The Palestinian people are not the enemy of the Jewish people. We lived in peace in Palestine as in other Muslim countries prior to the 1920s, prior to the invention of Zionism, despite any differences of religion. It is the brutal, illegal, and anti-Jewish occupation of Palestine which is causing death and destruction to Palestine and to the Jewish people. According to Judaism, Jewish people are in a divinely decreed exile. We are forbidden to create any sovereignty by physical means. We are forbidden to kill, steal, or oppress any people, especially the Palestinian peoples, people who are kind to us for so long. We condemn the movement of Zionism. We condemn Netanyahu when we say, your blood is covered, your hands are covered in blood. If we truly want to see a better future, we must understand and realize what is the root cause to the problem. It is the occupation of Palestine which is destroying everyone involved. Certainly we need a permanent ceasefire, but the ceasefire is way not enough. We need a total end to this entire occupation of Palestine. And then, and only then, we can hope to see once again that historic peace be in the future, God willing, inshallah. Thank you very much.
One more time for Rabbi Feldman, please. Now, previously I told you there were 5 intersections that were taken. Let's add one more. The intersection that has been claimed, the sixth intersection that has been claimed by the people in the name of Palestine and against the war criminals. Constitution and 10th. Let's keep the energy up for our comrades putting themselves on the line, for our people in Gaza, and to let everyone inside that cursed building know what we're about. And let's keep that same energy as we welcome our next speaker, Nihad Awad from the Council on American-Islamic Relations.
Assalamu alaikum. I know it's a sad day in American history. You know why? Because there is a war criminal in town. They call him a prime minister, but what do we call him? A criminal. A criminal is at loose on Capitol Hill. Shame on our Congress, on the leadership. Instead of getting his testimony today, he should be delivered to The Hague to give his testimony about his war crimes over there. Ladies and gentlemen, this war criminal Netanyahu has a long history of crimes against humanity, has a long history of manipulating our own government and exploiting America's generosity. For the past 30 years, he has been actively manipulating our government to conduct wars in Iraq, and we see the results of devastating war on Iraqi people, on the Iraqi land, and even our own economy here in the United States. And now, today, in a few hours, he will deliver a blistering, manipulative, deceptive speech to crack down more on the Palestinian people and destroying their lives, their properties, and their own future state. Not only that, he will work hard on his speech to manipulate our government to conduct a war with Iran. This war criminal has said in many speeches, and I paraphrase, he believes that the American people are stupid and they can be manipulated and can be directed the way he wants it. Are the American people stupid? We are not stupid. We have exposed his deceptive tactics. We have exposed his criminality. He is a danger to the region, even to the Israeli people themselves, and he is a danger to American national interests and to the world security and safety. Today, we applaud members of Congress who could have been in that house, the House of People, applauding a war criminal, but they decided to boycott him, and we appreciate these people and we thank them. If the Vice President, Kamala Harris, found a way to skip the criminal's speech, what about those people who are planning to go there? Shame on them. Brothers and sisters, as I conclude,
I can take it from this side.
as I conclude, protesting like this and protests are magnificent. We are voicing our opinion, and we are showing that the American public will never ever be fooled again by Netanyahu and his extremist government. However, I have to challenge you today. Are you willing to be challenged? In addition to this showing the U.S. media, international media is here witnessing your power, your voice, your advocacy, standing up for justice for everyone, including for the Palestinian people. You are here with your energy, but I challenge you today to thank those who skipped the criminal speech today. I challenge you to call those people who applauded his speech and invited him to protest their hypocrisy and normalization of criminal war and the devastating war against the Palestinian people. I challenge you not to give up on the election in November. I challenge you to go up and show up, because the uncommitted movement was able to sideline President Biden, and we have to continue. We have to continue to put up our demands for ceasefire, for ending the U.S. military aid to Israel, for the U.S. complicity in these war crimes, and for the U.S. to commit to rebuild Gaza and work for a peace process that will lead to the creation of the Palestinian state on their own homeland. I as a Palestinian, I thank you all for being upright, for being courageous, for speaking up truth to power when it is difficult, especially for our brothers and sisters from the Jewish community, students, and everybody from every background. Thank you all for being the hope for the Palestinian people and for rising up to wake up America from its illusion. Thank you.
Let's get it one more time for you have all compare. I don't know if you guys are aware, you can see the effects of these masses that have gathered here. But I'm hearing the Constitution is effectively shut down by our presence here alone. From 11 here. That is why the state is spending tens and tens of millions. For what? Because they fear the people. Because they know their power is weak. And that's what we're doing here today. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce our next speaker, the president of the Palestinian American Organizations Network, Mohammed Abdel Salam. Please give it up for him as he comes on stage.
Good morning, D.C. Let Netanyahu know. Netanyahu, you will know. Can you please chant with me? Netanyahu, you will see. Palestine will be free. Netanyahu, you will see. Palestine will be free. Ceasefire now. Ceasefire now. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. I would like to thank you all for being here today. Driving the distance from all over, taking days off, taking time from your families to be here today. And I would like to give a shout out for our own organizations and our members who are driving and flying from Chicago, Detroit, Dearborn, Flint, Michigan, Lansing, Ohio, New Jersey, Tampa, Florida, Richmond, Virginia, and of course, Washington, D.C. area. Thank you all for being here. We are gathered here today on the 292nd day of the apartheid colonial regime assault on Gaza. Netanyahu thought it's going to be a cakewalk. And it has been the longest war Israel ever fought. If a small land like Gaza, less than 135 square miles, can hold Israel to a 292 days of war. Okay, imagine if all areas in the Middle East can gather together and put together a unified front. Today, this genocide war had claimed almost 40,000 lives. And more than 100,000 injured. And over 2.2 million displaced in Gaza, many of them 5 to 7 times over. 447 schools and universities and higher education areas have been destroyed in the last 9 months. 81,000 tons of bombs have been dropped on Gaza. That's equal 5.5 times the Hiroshima nuclear power that dropped on Japan. There is no water, no drinking water, there is no electricity in Gaza. There are no food. All exits to Gaza has been blocked, and there is nothing can come in out of Gaza. Even the injured cannot leave. Over 230,000 residential units have been destroyed in Gaza. When the war started, many of these residents of Gaza will never have a place to live for years to come. Today, we are gathered here to tell Netanyahu, to tell our Congress, shame on you for harboring an international crime. Shame on Biden for giving him a visa. Netanyahu's visit to the United States is to get an approval to prolong the war and probably to open the northern front with Hezbollah. And he is going to prolong the war in Gaza till Trump will be elected, if he is elected in January, so Trump can give him permission to take an attack on Iran. Today we call on our elected officials for the following. 1, demand an immediate and unconditional ceasefire. 4, arms sales and military aid to Israel. Support an international investigation into war crimes and hold the responsible accountable. Open all crossings into Gaza to allow the flow of humanitarian aid. And recognize the state of Palestine and support the Palestinian people's rights to self-determination. Thank you for standing together today. Let us continue the fight for justice, for peace, for freedom and independence for the Palestinian people. Free Gaza and free Palestine.
Give it up one more time for Muhammad. Washington, D.C., we have taken over another intersection. We are going back to Pennsylvania and Southern. Give it up for yourselves. I have the honor to introduce the next speaker. He is from the U.S.
Blinken, all of those people shame. But to specifically the elected officials who continue to run off the backs of the progressive working class movement, who turn their backs to us and accept war criminals, who are murdering people who look just like me and you, who continue to fund cop cities to arrest people who look just like me and you, who continue to train the NYPD in Israel to arrest black and brown people who look just like me and you do. We say no. That is not us. That has nothing to do with us. What the conversations in that building happening right now have nothing to do with the needs of our communities, nothing to do with the conversations that we're having on the ground, and do not represent the ideals of us. Shame. We say yes to peace. We say no to war. Free Palestine. Give it up one more time for Chris. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine. I have the deepest and warmest honor to introduce our next speaker. This is Ayman Najib from Gaza, who is a plaintiff in the case, the first case of its kind, with our comrades from the Center of Constitutional Rights, sued Biden, sued Austin, sued Blinken for genocide. Ayman is here with his family joining, and we will hear from him. Give him a hand, one real loud hand.
Thank you. Thank you. Palestine. My wife and 3 kids are joining you today, not only as a family, but as voices of families who deny basic human rights in the most widespread genocide in recorded human history. Back in 2015, I was here in Washington, D.C., demonstrating against Netanyahu visit, while we had a killing machine against the children. Gaza has been under slow motion genocide for 17 years, and now we are in the most widespread transformation genocide in our history. I'm also here representing the Activists and Feminists of all Palestine, of all the indigenous people of Palestine. The families of Palestinians who were murdered without compunction, without remorse, without contrition, who were murdered in a live stream. Everyone can see our struggle. And so, you know, you have been aware Gaza became a mortuary, Gaza became a graveyard, but Gaza will still be engraved in our lives. I lived all my entire life in Gaza, and we really, if you come to Palestine, you will fall in love with Gaza. We have the beautiful beach. We have the generous mother that I couldn't talk with her for the last 200 days. All of my aunts are really spread all over Gaza, internally displaced for time and time again. It reminds us of 1948 Nakba, where 800,000 people were kicked out, forcefully kicked out from their indigenous land. It will be a reminder to us as indigenous people. So that's why I feel this the deepest honor of my life to be a plaintiff of the genocide case against Biden, Austin, Blinken for any genocide and for mentioning genocide. Remember the first case. survivors, as everyone in Palestine, we will continue the path of justice. The path of justice is extremely long. It's extremely long that we will keep fighting, but also we will do everything in our power to ensure that this government is held accountable for war crimes against humanity, genocide. We are seeking arrest warrant against Netanyahu. Few days ago, the Center for Constitutional Rights asked us to the Center for Constitutional Rights for standing up with Palestine. The Center for Constitutional Rights has written to the Department of Justice, calling upon them to open an investigation into Netanyahu for war crimes and genocide while he is here. So, again, I am sending much love. We are immensely proud of our friends and supporters around the world who refuse to stand anti-by and to be biased by standards, but to be in the right side of history when you are supporting the indigenous Palestinian people and their right to self-determination, freedom, and liberation from the heinous crimes.
I'm sure many of you saw an amazing thing that happened this week. 7 of the most significant unions in this country sent a letter to the White House demanding immediate halt to all USA aid to Israel. The Association of Flight Attendants, the American Postal Workers Union, the International Union of Painters, the National Education Association, the Service Employees International Union, the United Auto Workers, and the United Electrical Workers. Say it with me now! Say it with me now! Workers of the world unite! Palestine is our fight! Workers of the world unite! Palestine is our fight! Workers of the world unite! Palestine is our fight! Now I want you to give a warm welcome to the President of the American Postal Workers Union, Mark Diamondstein, and Brandon Garcia from the UAW.
Union solidarity greetings, fighters for justice. In the spirit of working class solidarity and justice, the American Postal Workers Union, AFL-CIO, stands with humanity and the suffering people, workers and unions of Gaza, in calling for a long overdue ceasefire and massive humanitarian aid for the 2.3 million people of Gaza, walled in, displaced, homeless, bombed, killed, injured, diseased, and starving behind the war crimes of the Netanyahu Israeli government, fully backed by U.S. military aid. Just last week in our convention, we voted, quote, we call on the U.S. government to halt all military aid to the Israeli government and to stop using our tax dollars for more war, end of quote. The billionaire class and corporations never pay their fair share of taxes, if at all. But workers do. And our tax dollars should never be used to bomb, maim, and kill innocent children, women, and men of Gaza, nor to enrich massacre. And it is a falsehood that criticizing the government of Israel and our own somehow equates to being anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish. As we are doing today, let us carry on with ever more urgency, increasing the pressure to compel our government to save lives by refusing to supply another bomb. It's great to be here standing shoulder to shoulder with all of you. Solidarity forever.
Who's got the power? We got the power. What kind of power? People power. Who's got the power? What kind of power? That's right, union power now, right? Who's got the power? What kind of power? Union power. I want to thank Mark Dempsey and the postal workers for their leadership on calling for an immediate and permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Without the leadership of the postal workers and Mark and the UE and so many other unions such as ours, the international UAW, would not be here today. We also would not be here today if it wasn't for the work of so many people behind me, the rank and file workers of our union. Why is a ceasefire and an end to armed shipments to Israel a labor issue? I'll tell you why. Because our workers in Dearborn, Michigan have been personally affected by this issue and have demanded that their union and their government stop funding a genocide. Because academic workers all across the country, countless campuses in almost every state of this country, have been protesting for their literal right of free speech to call on their universities to divest and to be held accountable. Our members are part of that movement and will continue to be part of that movement. We are also here because public defenders, UAW members in New York City, have been targeted by our government for calling for a ceasefire. So don't tell me this isn't a labor issue when our very own government is coming after labor unions for standing with the people of Palestine. Labor unions are one of the only democratic institutions we got in this country. We hold our government, we hold our nation accountable. We hold the billionaires and the millionaires accountable. So if we want to continue building power for working people in this country, if we want to continue to have pro-labor administrations, we call on our government and anyone vying for office to stand for a ceasefire now. Solidarity forever, everyone. The labor movement stands with you.
Thank you all for here one more time for our wonderful comrades and allies in the labor movement. So an update on the blockades. As the police move in, like water, our comrades leave and reassemble somewhere else. Wherever the motorcade goes, the people are there to stop it. Wherever it burns, our people are there to face it. No matter where you go, baby, the people are in your face. When you sleep, we're in your head, we're in your nightmares. keep the energy up and bring a warm welcome to our next speaker from the Party for Socialism and Liberation, Claudia de la Cruz.
All right, y'all. We're gonna make a chant that is more like a promise. But you gotta do it loud and with conviction and real clear so that Netanyahu's Congress of the United States and the war criminals from us. They deny my Arab identity and usurp my Jewish one, claiming that I am only Jewish enough if I support Zionism. I spend most of my time fighting against this. However, what I never stop to notice is that we are standing here today, Jews, Christians, Muslims, and those of different faiths and identities coming together and building community. Reclaiming what was lost through colonialism. We will get an arms embargo. We will see a ceasefire. We will end the occupation. And we will see a free Palestine. I know this because we're doing it right here and right now.
Free, free Palestine! Long live Palestine! I just want to remind you, I also want to remind everyone in the press, and I hope you take this down if you're writing for mainstream media, that the voices you hear on this stage and the people who you see on this street that is stretching back blocks and blocks and blocks beyond my eyes represent the majority of the people of the United States. Not only do nearly 70% of people support an immediate ceasefire, but to just give you a sense of how much of the majority we are, even the majority of Republicans want a permanent ceasefire. We represent the people. They don't represent anybody. Next, I want to bring to the stage a voice that has been strong against genocide since the genocide began. Give a warm, rousing welcome to Jill Stein.
Netanyahu, you can't hide.
time for Dr. Josiah, everyone. You know, we're getting reports about the police not knowing what to do with these moving blockades. They're tripping over each other, they're running into each other, they're giving each other mixed messages. Freedom's finest what? PC's finest what? $100 million for what? The people will always win. Next, before I introduce the next speaker, we found a phone on a bench. If you lost your phone, your mom is calling you a lot. I'm sure she's very worried. Please come to the side. We'll try to sort this out. But please put your hands together for a speaker from Harriet's Wildest Dreams, Nene Taylor, a DC native, and one of the PYM chapter here's closest allies who have been with us every step of the way. When the students were brutalized by the police, they were early in the hours of the morning. They were the first ones on the scene. So please, with everything you have, let's welcome each other to the stage.
An ongoing genocide in Palestine and the systematic police violence that's happening to black people in America. These two distinct issues are deeply interconnected and reflected at a broad pattern of injustice and oppression that plagues our world. In Palestine, we are witnessing an inhumanitarian unfolding right in front of our eyes. For decades, Palestine people have suffered under the brutal occupation of apartheid policies of the Israel government. The relentless violence, displacement, and discrimination faced by Palestinians constitute a clear case of genocide. At the same time, I wish y'all to hear this. At the same time, right here in America, we are confronted with another form of injustice: systematic police. Our black communities continue to bear the brunt of police brutality and discrimination. The killing of unarmed black individuals like Sonia Macy. Say her name! Say her name! Say her name! She was shot in the face while in her home, calling for her police. Right now, her ex-Palestinians is fighting for justice, for Delano Mountain, Lazarus Wilson, Troy Bullard, Melvin James, Jeffrey Price, Kevin Hargrave, Arthur Porter, Natalie, Kareem Jones. Yo, too many to name. Too many to name. Say their names. Yo.
Fuck the police!
What's particularly disturbing, intersection of these two issues, the same militarized tactics and technologies used to oppress the Palestinian people are often deployed against us, marginalized communities. You see it today. You see it today. You see it today. The system that was never built for us or structured for us to keep us safe needs to be dismantled. The exchange of tactics and technology between the Israeli military and American law enforcement further entrenches the cycles of violence and oppression. As concerned global citizens, we must recognize the interconnection of these struggles and stand in solidarity with those who are fighting against oppression and injustice. We must demand accountability for human rights violations both in Palestine and in America. We must push our government to uphold international laws and respect the rights and dignity of all individuals, regardless of their race, religion, and nationality. In conclusion, let us remember that the fight for justice and equality knows no borders. We must join hands across continents and oceans to challenge the system of oppression that perpetrates violence and suffering. Together, we can work towards a world where every individual, whether in D.C., Palestine, Congo, Sudan, or America, can live free from fear and discrimination. We rise up in solidarity. We ask that the Palestinian Congress, we stand in solidarity with our Palestinian Congress and ask them to arrest that war criminal. Arrest, I don't even want to say his name, his name is not deserving, but we stand in solidarity and say, arrest that war criminal. I call everyone over here today to continue to rise up and fight back. We're not free until all of us free. We're not free until all of us are free. We're not free until all of us are free. Awesome.
One more time for Harriet's wildest dreams. It is giving me a request. They want me to announce to you all when you have a moment. Go to ceasefiresong.com. That's right, ceasefiresong.com. That's what the song they were singing earlier. So up next, put your hands together. Let's give another warm welcome to Brian Becker, the National Director of the Answer Coalition.
Sisters and brothers, we've been building this demonstration for the past 4 weeks. And I have to tell you, this has not been a normally organized demonstration. And I want to explain genocidal lunatic who is addressing both houses of Congress. Just think of what we've created, though. We have the Postal Workers Union, the United Auto Workers Union, 7 major labor unions are now standing with this movement. That means a change has come. This is no longer the labor movement of George Meany when people said it was the AFL, CIA, we're going to have a new day in labor. Where the labor movement, workers, stand with all of those who are oppressed. Stand with Palestine. Stand with Cuba. Stand with Venezuela. Stand against imperialism. They said we're going to disorganize you. You won't march. When this rally ends, sisters and brothers, nothing they can do will stop us from assembling and marching because that's our right. Free Palestine.
Give it up for Brian from Answer. Our next speaker is a special guest. She joined us on the front line from day one of this genocide. She is a mother, an actress, and an activist. Give it up for Susan Sarandon. We are here today to reject the normalization of genocide. In 290 days, the death toll surpasses 39,000, and according to Lancet, will reach as much as 186,000 deaths. 90,000 injured, 10,300 women killed, 15,700 children killed. This is not normal. Over 152 journalists killed. Over 152 journalists killed, and healthcare doctors 570. 676 injured. Never before have so many journalists been killed. In all the wars put together, 182. This is not normal. Damaged schools, 476. Mosques, 700. Churches, 3. Completely destroyed homes, 153,750. UN staff, 366 killed with their families. And we can say that this is a minimum in terms of approximation because of all the deaths due to starvation, bodies still under rubble, bodies completely vaporized. So these are just low estimates. I would now like for all of you to join me in a message to our brothers and sisters in Palestine. We see you. We see you. We hear you. We hear you. And we will raise your voices. No one is free until everyone is free. Liberation of Palestine.
One more time for Susan Sarandon. I just got word that they moved to another intersection that's currently being blocked off on 10th Street. Give it up, everybody. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. The beat keeps going. Imam Suhaib Webb from Center, DC.
Assalamu alaikum. Since October 7th, but for many of us well before October 7th, since the 1940s and even before that, there's a number of emotions that we've experienced. But I think if we were looking for a word to encapsulate how we feel, it would be boiling. We are boiling. And let's not forget what happened on July 6th when Sonia Massey was killed while she was boiling her water. And the reason I say that is that boiling has a benefit. It kills parasites. It fights disease. It removes filth. And in the name of her death, boil now. Who's invited to give a speech in front of a country that claims to be turned into freedom and equality. Boil! Student encampments, Generation Z, who inspired this country and now have been vilified, kicked out of school, doxxed, had their future threatened because they stood for Palestine. They stood for which there is no moral challenge whatsoever. Boil him. Boil for the carceral state that continues to imprison in the name of law and order large numbers of black folks and Latinos, where we see white folks get off. Boil! Do not let the death of our sister Sonia Massey be in vain. Carry the spirit of her boiling water wherever you go. Stand in the face of politicians who exhibit moral values, who parrot slogans, and let them know that boiling water cleans filth. That boiling water may evaporate into the air, only to fall back and grow fruit and seeds. Let them know that you boil in the name of righteousness and that you're on the right side of history. Free Palestine, Assalamu alaikum.
Give it up one more time for Imam Suhaib. Our next speaker is all the way from the Bay Area, California. Give it up for Eid Asil from the Arab Resource and Organizing Center. Bay Area
murdered, tortured, and sexually assaulted in the prisons that you fund. You are nothing but hypocrites. True feminism is the liberation of all oppressed people. There's no women's freedom without the liberation of Palestine. As revolutionaries, we say
And probably we only have a couple more speakers before we join our comrades in the streets and show Netanyahu and the other criminals what we're about today. Next, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce our Doctors Against Genocide, Dr. Rizal will introduce the speaker from Doctors Against Genocide. Please give it up to them.
The medical community voices against war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. We identified the genocide in Gaza very early on because genocide is a health hazard. It kills people. And we are seeing how our colleagues in Gaza are being killed. The hospitals are being destroyed. The children are being maimed. The women with infants are being starved. The men are killed and watching their families being obliterated.
They surveilled, brutalized, and evict us to protect their capital while celebrating fascist mass murderers from Linda Thomas Greenfield, Lauren Bobbitt, to the whole of NATO, to Bibi Netanyahu behind us. Invoking the Palestinian revolutionary martyr Qasem Soleimani, as students of conscience, it is our duty to strike and damage imperialism wherever it manifests, especially within our universities. orchestrated Israeli genocide of our people in Gaza. Let it be known to the war criminals sitting in the high seats of Congress, your legacy has been laid bare for all to see. Joe Biden's legacy will be recorded in the history books as the butcher of Gaza. He will be remembered for the hundreds of thousands of massacres that he signed off on and enabled. Like those that came before him. Like those that came before him, he will be remembered for the bombing of hospitals and universities, of medics and professors, of children and their families. This government and this country is dripping with the blood of millions from Palestine to Iraq to Vietnam. The extermination of Palestinians is clearly a bipartisan project. The only thing that brings both parties of this nation together are issues of war and destruction that advance their greedy interests in the Arab region.
there. And as day 300 of this genocide approaches in just a few weeks, stay tuned for more announcements and more action items. Because again, the struggle does not end here. The struggle continues and will continue until every last inch of Palestine is free. Free! Free! Palestine!
That's right, free Palestine! You can see from the flow of the crowd, but we're just moving here. As we gather and continue to begin start our march.
have decided to block the people of the United States from exercising our constitutional right to go to the point of the protest. We say no, we have the right to go on Constitution Avenue. There's no rule against it. The permit is called the First Amendment of the Constitution. We have the right to go forward. Why are we being obstructed? Who are they protecting and serving? This is not about anything but defense of Netanyahu and genocide.
Thank you so much. You really are. Thank you for all your work.
That's really my dad.
I know.
I'm with my daughter. I'm like, I gotta go. My daughter's watching. Bye. Shut it down!